This is Eddie Mac's hottest record in the world.
Delighted to welcome our special guest to the show this evening, Remi Wolf. Hello.
Hello, everybody. How are you? Hi, Annie.
Looking good. We've got some great accessories going on here. People need to see because it's radio, but Remi's got an amazing it's like a charm necklace, a huge pair of Elton John style sunglasses, and then like a kind of Diamante cap as well. You're looking fabulous. How are you feeling?
I feel good. I'm really excited. I'm nervous. I'm everything under the sun, pretty much.
So we spoke in June 2020. Just over a year ago, and that was when your song Photo ID was doing the rounds, just the original one before the remix, and we just fell in love with it on the show, and I remember calling you and just being like, well, who is this Remi Wolf? And at the time you were, I don't know if you remember our conversation, but you were sofa surfing.
Yes, so I had just gotten my puppy Juno. I was jumping around from house to house. It was just the beginning of the pandemic. I had no idea what I was doing, and my career was like taking off, and I didn't really know what that meant or how to deal with that at all. And
looking at that compared to now, a year later, what's changed?
Well, so much, honestly. Yeah, I think a big thing that happened after that interview is, and like kind of the main theme of this album that I'm releasing this year is I got sober in the middle of the pandemic. Yeah, I got sober in July of last year and went to treatment and everything for it. And it was just like the biggest life change ever for me. That's changed a lot in my life. I have a lot more clarity. I have a lot more, just clarity on life. Still not a lot of clarity, but more than I had before. Things are changing really quickly, so I feel like I'm constantly like taking a step forward and like going back because everything's so new all the time. But I actually wrote Liquor Store about getting sober and kind of my struggle with addiction and my struggle with codependency and like how I really struggle in relationships a lot of the time, and kind of just like that push and pull, which I learned a lot about during quarantine. So yeah, that's like a major thing that happened.
Well, let's hear the song because that's why you're here. And we did hear it once at the top of the show, but really nice to be able to get a bit of kind of context around where you were at when you wrote it and kind of what your motivations were for writing it. So it's called Liquor Store. It's Remi Wolf. It's your hottest record in the world.
This is the hottest record in the world.
There you go. Remi Wolf and Liquor Store. Remi, mad to hear that. First of all, like, well done. You know, talking about getting sober, that's not an easy thing to do. It's incredibly hard and it's a big uphill struggle. So, and doing that in a pandemic when the world is upside down anyway, well done for doing that.
Thank you. Yeah, it was pretty difficult. Like the actual day that I wrote this song, there was a 1 week period where we were just like on fire writing all these different songs. And it was all just kind of spilling out of me. It was the first time I wrote any music pretty much since getting sober. And it just all came out. And like writing this song was like, I would go from sobbing, just crying for like 20 minutes. And then I'd be like, okay, like I'm ready to write the verse. And then I was like, it was pretty like melodramatic. But I don't know.
Necessary. I mean, that's what music does. It kind of teaches you about who you are, and there's so much kind of rises to the surface, right? When you're writing something like that.
Yeah, exactly. It was a very, very emotional experience. This song specifically, like this song was a total catharsis for me. As a lot of the songs on this album were during the writing, but this one is really special.
So this album that you're talking about is the debut album coming this autumn. What can you tell us about this album?
Well, I think that it's just bangers top to bottom.
Yes! You sold it in a line. That's the line. Yeah. Tell them to put that on the billboards. Top to bottom bangers.
I really think we did a good job at like making it you're gonna be hooked in. I hope. It really truly is like my heart and soul. in a record. I think it's the most like honest and vulnerable I've ever been. But I also had a lot of fun with it. I love having fun when writing my songs. I want everybody to be able to dance and like laugh and hug their friends when they hear my songs and make really special memories to my songs. And I think that this is an album that will really like facilitate that, you know?
Yeah. Well, it's great. It sounds like you're doing everything that you can for you to be as strong and as stable moving forwards into this. And I'm just really, just like happy for you and excited to be able to hear this whole album coming this autumn. I'm really delighted to make this track our hottest record in the world. Remi, it's such a pleasure to have time with you. Thank you.
Thank you. I just want to say I appreciate you so much. All the support you've given me for the past year. It's like truly a blessing. And I want to wish you well on your future endeavors.
Remi Wolf, thank you so much.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.